Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bill. We are in the Starfinder core rulebook today. We're continuing the race videos to help on character creation. And the race we are looking at is a kasathas. And they are the cone-headed alien. So without further ado, let's see what all you get if you want to play a kasathas in Starfinder. So right off the bat, you get a +2 to strength, a +2 to wisdom, and a -2 to intelligence, and you start with 4 HP from your race. They're originally from a planet orbiting a dying star far beyond the Pact Worlds. The four-armed kasathas maintain a reputation as a noble and mysterious people. They are famous for their anachronistic warriors, ancient wisdom, and strange traditions. Size and type: kasathas are medium humanoids with the kasathas subtype. Desert stride: kasathas can move through non-magical difficult terrain in deserts, hills, and mountains at their normal speed. Four-armed: kasathas have 4 arms, which allow them to wield and hold up 4 hands worth of weapons and equipment. While their multiple arms increase the number of items they can have at the ready, it doesn't increase the number of attacks they can make during combat. Historian: due to their in-depth historical training and the wide-ranging academic background knowledge they possess, kasathas receive a +2 racial bonus to culture checks. Natural grace: kasathas receive a +2 racial bonus to acrobatics and athletic checks. Playing a kasathas: you likely seek wisdom in history and find dignity in customs and tradition. You strive to maintain balance and stability in yourself and your comrades. Use ranged weapons when necessary, but find melee weapons inherently more honorable. Keep your mouth hidden behind a scarf in public, carefully tucking food under it and using straws to drink. Other races probably don't understand your customs and mistake your veneration of the elegant past for primitiveness. Resent your aloofness and assume you think you're superior to them. Fear you want to invade and colonize their home. Respect your cultural knowledge but find you stodgy and inflexible. Physical descriptions: kasathas are gray-skinned humanoids with 4 arms and pure black eyes. Lacking a protruding nose, the kasathas' head is smooth and elongated, with skin stretching tight to the skull, extending backwards far beyond the edge of the neck. While lean compared to humans, kasathas have more advanced muscle fibers that grant them surprising strength. Physical differences between kasathas genders are slight and easily overlooked by other races. Homeworld: kasathas evolved on Kasath, a massive desert planet orbiting a red giant. While they knew that, on a stellar scale, their sun was near death, tradition kept them from entertaining the idea of colonizing another world until shortly after the gap. Then their progenitor race, the plane-hopping witchweirds, returned and told them of the perfect world, a place called Akiton. Determined to settle this promised land, the kasathas began construction of a great, slower-than-light colony ship. Hundreds of years later, the world ship Idari arrived in the Pact World system. To the crew's surprise, however, local technology had advanced, and the kasathas juggernaut found itself too vulnerable to risk invading Akiton. Instead, while many kasathas immigrated peacefully to that planet and surrounding worlds, the majority elected to remain aboard the Idari in an orbit between Versus and the Diaspora, tending its rotating drum farms and manufacturing bays while trading with other races. Society and alignment: kasathas were technologically advanced when humanity was still huddling in caves, yet they long ago plateaued socially and technologically, learning the importance of stability and balance after a series of near-apocalyptic disasters. In Kasathan culture, the answer to any question lies somewhere in the past. The fact that their homeworld's records extend further back into the gap than any packed worlds only encourages their veneration of history. This leads to a culture steeped in customs that can seem bizarre to outsiders, from the common requirement to hide one's mouth around all but one's most intimate companions to an ironclad belief in the superior dignity of wielding melee weapons over projectile or energy weapons. Kasathan society is generally matriarchal and nomadic, organized into a myriad great family clans and subclans with individuals and family units roaming as the whim takes them. Their conviction that most other races don't truly understand the importance of personal dignity means Kasathans rarely bother to teach their customs to outside races, which leads to their reputation as being mysterious, standoffish, wise, or all three. Each Kasatha follows a unique set of traditions, combining common rituals with new ones she creates. She gains more and more traditions over a lifetime, so that the oldest Kasathas spend much of their time honoring the past. This accumulation of personal customs begins during the tempering, a year-long walkabout all Kasathas undergo at the end of adolescence. During this time, young kasathas are encouraged to test their limits, learn from other cultures, and engage in normally improper behavior in hopes of coming to appreciate the value of tradition. Many kasathas are lawful neutral, as befits their focus on custom, though younger ones can often be more chaotic, idealistic, or self-centered. Relations. Kasathas strive to maintain open trade with all races, yet they find some more amicable than others. They see Vesk as brutish and shameful, and they're focused on conquest by any means, and Isoki a loud and undignified. They get along well with the Lashuntas, who properly respect the knowledge of the past, and they are intrigued by both the androids and the Shirans races. They see as young enough to be led down proper paths. Humans often confuse them. Just when they're ready to write all humans off as capricious, they meet one whose sense of honor almost matches their own. Adventurers. Kasathas originally brought the philosophy of star cycles and cosmic balance to the pack worlds, and to this day most Solarians are kasathas, though their physiques and love of dueling also make them excellent soldiers, and the study of ancient tradition turns many into mystics. Kasathas undergoing the tempering make perfect explorers and adventurers, and in recent generations these walkabouts sometimes turn permanent. Names. Kasathas go by their first names, though their full names always encompass additional names denoting parentage, clan or subclan, relation to the great families of Kasathas, and connection to the historical heroes. It's not uncommon for a Kasathas full name to include half a dozen such elements. For instance, a Kasathas who introduces himself as Isu might properly be named Isu Koskritia Karu Maris of Clan Tarma, House Hadulan, soul splitter of the line of Ru. Some examples of Kasathas' first names are Altronus, Esar, Gorson, Hadif, Jahir, Kala, Madar, Metweska, Ninura, Ramu, Sinsel, Tolar, Umana, Voloto, and Zai. Well, the lore's interesting. The statistics for playing one's very entertaining. It'd be interesting to create one of those for a game. Well, till we all game again, guys.